Hi, my name is Dan Schneiger, and we are here today at Flair Home Collection in Soho, New York, where I exhibit my work. So I'm going to show you today a range of work that I do, which is the architectural wall sculptures down to freestanding sculptures, and then also I do lighting and furniture. This piece is titled Cities in Dust. It is the largest freestanding sculpture that I've done to date, and it's one of my favorite pieces that I did for the latest collection I did for Flair. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I grew up. And as a child, my mother was in art school, and so from about age 7 to 11 I attended art school with my mother pretty much every day, and I did all the projects that she did alongside of her. So I worked with all these different art materials as a child, and they really kind of took the place of my traditional toys that a child played with. So I use a variety of materials. I use wood and plaster, resin, paint, and different pigments. A lot of the materials I use are actually found objects and things that I find. I used to spend a lot of time on construction sites working as an architect, and I was definitely not above dumpster diving and filling my trunk up with wood scraps and things that I thought I could use in sculptures. This piece is a base for a glass top dining table. So if you can picture this with a large piece of 1-inch glass on the top. This is a commission that I recently finished, and the finish is a black gold. I graduated from the University of Minnesota with a Master's of Architecture degree and ended up practicing architecture in Minnesota for almost 20 years. About 2 years ago, I decided to move to Miami and do art full-time and put the architecture aside. Because my work is so inspired by architecture, I thought that the architecture of Miami would be a really strong influence in my work, and I was surprised, and it's been really interesting to me that my inspiration since moving to Miami has actually come more from nature. If you see the work that I did a few years ago, it's very classic geometric, and you look at it now and it's much more organic, and it has a feeling of something growing upon something else. I now have a studio in the Wynwood Arts District, which is an amazing area full of galleries and restaurants. So that's why I left Minneapolis for Miami, and that's really what I wanted to be a part of.